Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you a really cool wooden duck telephone. This is Deborah's equipment from New York, and this is the initial checkout of this unit. Now there is a note with this telephone, but it doesn't really give any indications of what's going on with this unit. So we've troubleshooted a little bit, and we've found that the handset for the duck, we'll show you the duck here in a second, that it does not work at all, and that the bill on the duck, when a ring cycle is going on, is supposed to flap the bill. And some wooden duck telephones don't have that option. This one does. It has 4 AA batteries. Now also, the handset cord was not with this unit or a line cord, so I'm going to assume that Deborah has those cords unless we hear differently. Now we want to go ahead and show you, and we do have the unit apart a little bit because we were troubleshooting this unit, and I want to give you a look at the handset. And when we tried this unit, the handset does not work at all. It's not the hook switch. We've already troubleshooted that far into it, and we want to go ahead and give you a look at what the inside of one of these units look like if you've never seen the inside. And that gives you a look at that. Now on this unit and all of the duck phones, the eyes light up on a ring cycle, and it has a duck sound. And on this model, the bill does open and it flaps. Now, someone has probably been into this unit because since it does not work, somebody has loosened this up, because most of them are secure and they glue them into place. And this one was loose. And we could tell that somebody has probably went through this unit before. Now, this is a solenoid here that causes that bill to flap open on a ring cycle. So we want to go through that. We want to find out why our bill is not moving. We also want to go ahead and troubleshoot this main PC board for the handset unit, and we'll go through that. That needs to be repaired. Here's some wiring that goes up into the solenoid for the duck bill and for the LEDs for the lights. Now we want to give you a look at the bottom of the unit. We have a battery cover plate here, and then it takes 4 AA batteries. And like I mentioned earlier, it did not have any cords with this unit when it came in. And then you're going to notice 2 prongs here that the telephone rides on, and that is the voltage is supplied through these prongs to the duck for the duck bill to move. So that gives you a look at that. We want to go ahead and start troubleshooting further into this unit, and we'll come back and get some more video as we move forward in the repair of this really cool wooden duck telephone. So we'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and we're in the middle of the process of repairing this duck telephone. We're working on the handset, and that has been repaired. We want to check that part of it out before we move on to the duck bill. And I also want to mention our amplified pickup. We use this in troubleshooting, repairing, and on our final checkouts. It's amplified so that you can hear the audio from a receiver. And I have an amplifier back here by the video, and I can push the button at any time and give you dial tone or take it away. Now with an amplifier, you can pick up some hum or some noise that's in the atmosphere, and some days are noisier than others, and I am getting some hum today. But that is in the amplifier. It has nothing to do with the handset itself. And I also want to mention on the keypad, this telephone has the option of touch tone or pulse, but it's not going to dial a star or a pound, because in this design they use the star and the pound for programming for your speed dial numbers. If you press the star one time, if you take this telephone off the hook and press the star one time, dial the number that you want, press the star, and let's say you want it in number 2, then you would hit the 2, go ahead and hang up the telephone. When you pick it up, you would hit the number button and then press a 2, and we'll show you that. It will dial that number out. So if you try to dial the star or the pound, it's not going to give the star signal or the pound signal or tone, because it's used for programming. So now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and plug this unit in and give you some dial tone. It sees the analyzer. We can hang up. I'll give you some dial tone here before we do that. Go ahead and hang the unit up. We'll release the hook switch. It seized the analyzer. We'll give you dial tone once again. Now if you watch the analyzer, we're going to walk through the numbers, and you'll watch the numbers roll by. I'm going to end in a 2. Now I'm going to go ahead and hang up. I've already programmed my number into the number 2 spot, so we'll go ahead and give you some dial tone. We're going to press the pound button and the 2. And on the analyzer, it just dialed my number out. So now what we want to do, since we have the handset repaired, we want to move on to the duckbill. I don't know if the video's picking it up, but you can actually see the LED light for the eyes when you're in the off hook mode. The light went out, the eye came back on, it went out, and off hook again, it went back on. So now what we want to do is finish up our duckbill, find out what's going on with that. So we're going to troubleshoot that circuit, and we'll come back and get some more video as we move forward in the repair of this really cool wooden duck telephone. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and we are finished up with the repair of this wooden duck telephone, and we're ready to start our final checkout. Now we also want to mention that we propped the duck up, because the speaker on the ring cycle for this duck, it quacks, and the speaker is underneath the base here, and we didn't want that to get muffled. We also wanted to give a better visual of the duckbill moving on a ring cycle, and we also want to mention that when this duck came in, we noticed that the bill was loose and would come right out of the duck, and so we just tacked it with some glue. We didn't put a lot of glue on it because you never know, you might have to go back in it at some point someday, and we don't want to put a whole bunch of glue on there so you can't get it off. And you want to be gentle around the duckbill because it is plastic. It's made pretty well, but you don't want to get it twisted or warped, because that all depends on everything riding freely in the duckbill. So that's an area that you want to be gentle with. And so now what we want to do is we also want to mention our amplifier, our pickup. We will bring in a little bit of hum, so that's going to be in the amplifier. It's just noisy in the atmosphere right now, and that's going to pick up some hum. And it is the amplifier, not the duck. So now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and start a ring cycle, and we're going to let that go, and you will see the eyes light and then the duck bill will also move, and you get the audio of a duck quacking on the ring cycle. So we'll go ahead and start that. We're going to let that go a few times. I'll let it go one more time and we'll give you some dial tone. Now we want to walk through our numbers. If you watch the analyzer, you'll watch the numbers roll by. I'm going to end in a 2. Now I want to transmit into the handset. If you watch that red light on the analyzer, every time you see that red light light up, that's an indication of 100% modulation on transmit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hello, hello. Go ahead and hang our unit up. Now, like we mentioned earlier, the star button and the pound button are not going to throw tones. You would go ahead and pick the telephone up. You would hear dial tone. You would press the star, dial your number, press the star one more time, and the number you want to store that number into, you hang up, you would hit pound, and then the number that you want it to speed dial. And I've already put my number in the number 2 spot, so we'll go ahead and try that. We'll hit the pound button and 2. And you can see on the analyzer it just dialed my number. So they use the star and pound for programming options. They will not throw a tone. Now what we can do is we can go ahead and hang the unit up, and we can press this button on the switch box. That gives us a line out, totally takes the analyzer out of the situation, and we can call a time and temp number. So we'll go ahead and give you some dial tone. And we'll make that call.
Good evening. Today is Monday, March 28th. The time is 11:24. Current temperature 49 degrees. Now the weather forecast for the Belleville area.
Cooler today, sunny skies, highs around 60. Clear tonight, lows around 40. Partly cloudy Tuesday, highs in the mid-60s.
Go ahead and hang our unit up. We'll go ahead and go back to our analyzer, and we'll ring the unit one more time. I'll let it go one more time. We'll give you dial tone. Hang our unit up. Now that we know that this wooden duck telephone has been repaired, we can return it to Deborah, and she can enjoy this telephone once again. Now, from her note, and I believe when she first called, I think this duck has been in her family for a long time, and I'm sure she's going to get a lot of enjoyment out of using this duck telephone once again. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.